Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. And today we're in Nyack, New York, Christine Gritmon of Christine Gritmon Inc. And Christine, welcome to our conversation today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, we're excited to learn a lot more about you. So why don't you share with us how you got started in the marketing industry?
Sure, it's interesting. So my first career, I'm on career number 5 now. My first career was marketing adjacent. I worked in the cosmetics industry, but I wasn't officially in a marketing function. I just worked with marketers. Over the years, I had a lot of different positions doing a lot of different things, but what actually brought me to marketing, weirdly enough, was journalism. Because when I was a journalist for a local newspaper, I recognized the importance of personal branding, the importance of social media, the importance of really getting out there and engaging with your audience in order to see what they would engage back with and what they actually wanted to see. Because, of course, papers want readership, but with the dawn of social media, engagement was a huge factor as well. And so I naturally took to utilizing social media as a marketing tool for our work, and as well as personal branding for myself as a journalist as a way to connect with our communities. And after a little while, I left the world of journalism officially for the world of social media.
Well, the social media world is expansive, and having that right personality to tell your story is very important. So it's key that you're helping people do that. So talk about the day-to-day with what you're doing right now. When you start off with a new client, what are you discussing with them to figure out how best to tell their story?
Sure. This has evolved so much over the years. And at this point, I'm specifically working with professionals on building their strong personal brands. So, a big part of what I do is I call it the therapy bit at the beginning. I sort of ask the right questions that encourage them to ask themselves the right questions that will get us to the answer about who they are, why they do what they do, the essential things people really need to know about them, and especially what makes them amazing. What are their superpowers? People really need that teased out of them. People are not so forthcoming a lot of times with what makes them special, with notable exceptions. And so a lot of what I do with them is just get to that kernel of why are you someone who someone should be paying attention to? Other people do what you do, no matter what it is. So why you? What makes you unique? And so that's where I always start.
Because it's very interesting. It's like a photograph. People don't like having their picture taken because they look at it,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's not me, because they have a very different impression of themselves than they give off than other people have. So how easy or hard is it for you to really pull out that inner self of someone who knows they need to be doing it, but is kind of reluctant because of their personality?
It's really interesting. I see people's specialness pretty easily. That's part of why I do what I do. That's part of why I love it. I really think that people are amazing and everyone has something incredible about them. They just need it pulled out. And blockages run rampant. That is absolutely the first part of the work, is getting through those blockages and getting them to realize that by hiding their amazingness, by not wanting to brag about themselves, by not being able to identify what about them is special, they're not protecting themselves so much as kind of hurting other people, the people who they could be helping. So it's a lot of that mindset shift of, let's stop making this about you and your own discomfort. And let's start thinking about those people who need you, who need your gifts, who need your amazingness, and think about how we can help them. And that really helps people who are maybe loath to talk about themselves in that kind of glowing way. And it gets them thinking about, what do the people who need me need to hear? What do they need to see to know that I'm the person who can help them? What social proof can help them have that trust that they're making the right decision in hiring me or in purchasing my product or service or what have you? So it really is about getting past those blockages by getting them out of their own heads and the head trash that most of us have in there, and into the heads of the people who need them and need to know that they're there.
Well, it really does seem that you have a feel for this. Obviously, you really come off the screen when you're talking to me right now. So you really do understand what it takes for people to be there, that real inner self of helping others and how to share that story. So we thank you so much for coming on to join us and sharing all this with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you all for joining us as well. It can be a challenge to be on social media when you don't really feel comfortable, but I think what Christine said is true. It's about how are you helping others as opposed to how are you showing yourself off. It's that there you have to create a personality that is what you share with your customers and your clients. So keep that in mind. That's really important factor here. So we thank Christine for joining us, and there's more information about her here on Daily Ad Brief. So please check that out. But go and have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.